Hey, this is Devin. Welcome to Story Time with my friends.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm KAYLEN ALYSSA. This is Blake Steven. That's Devin Hendricks. And today we're in the house because it's 105 degrees outside, so.
What's the kitchen feel like?
Anyways.
Yep.
Wait, am I a singer? Am I a singer?
No, honey, no.
Holy shit. Was that the moment?
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Wow.
Oh my god, you guys, like, I know, I low-key just, like, hit that note. Like, that was crazy.
Like, if you watch this video again, you just see me like.
How long have you known me? I've never sang out loud in my life.
Oh, no,
I
you
can't-
have.
Well, but not well.
Not like that. We're gonna listen to it back, and you're not even gonna be that good. We're just gonna be like, it was alright. We talked about it for 4 minutes.
Yeah, what if we listened to it back and it was like, really? Anyways, we're here. We're friends. We're happy. Everything is fine.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing here?
How's your day? Thanks for coming.
No worries. My day was great. I just.
Your hair looks great.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
got a
I just
haircut.
wrote a bird here.
Really?
You did not. From Melrose?
From Melrose.
Wow, birds are taking over the planet.
Exhilarating.
They're
What?
literally taking over the
It cost me
planet.
$2.20.
$2.
I've never even thought about people like going more than like around the block. I didn't know you could like go several
the
streets.
long-
I mean, think about your morning commute.
I've done the Grove back to Hollywood before.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Is that exhausting?
It was-
Oh,
like,
we had headphones.
It wasn't like a squad.
Are you in a bird gang?
Yeah.
okay, so I have a premise for a game that I think might be fun.
I'm in.
So I've been dating recently,
Beautiful.
which has been fun. And I've been going on dates with people, and they haven't been going well.
I mean, oh, they just really haven't. Like, it's not even dramatic.
Yeah,
it's bad.
no.
I
So-
don't know what kind of fucking Gatorades and Mercury, but
Gatorade?
Have you been holding on to that joke for like 3 months?
oh no.
So, what is my role in this game?
Oh, so anyways, I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
3 dating stories, and you have to guess which 2 are true and which one's a lie.
Yeah.
So it's like two truths,
and a
one lie.
And
story
Devin's reason
edition.
Oh,
dating
okay.
infant.
Wait, do you know these answers? Is it just me who's guessing, or do you?
Yeah,
I know them. Yes.
So it's just me in this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
I was
created
there.
one of the lies.
Yeah, I did.
Oh well, I'll be able to figure that one out easily.
I don't know, because like the real scenarios have been so
Cringy.
wild.
Yeah.
So story 1. I met this guy. One of his family members lives in the building. So he was over like visiting his family member, and we met, and he was like super cool, and like we hung out all day by the pool and like drank wine, and he like told me about his life and seemed like a super cool dude. Anyways, he leaves. I don't hear from him for a while. Then he finds me on social media and like DMs me asking if I want to hang out. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've met this guy. He's good looking, he's successful, seems like a real catch. But I'm like a little hesitant about it. So he asked if I want to go to get a drink, and I'm like, oh yeah, KAYLEN and I are thinking about going to get a drink.
Good enough.
You should grab like your friend, your relative that lives in the building, and like it'll be just like a group, scenario. Just because like I didn't want to go.
Grab your relative.
Everyone's
His
grabbing
cousin,
Great
his
t-shirt.
cousin.
Grab your relative, and we'll go.
So I was like, oh, it'll be a nice group thing. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. So we go on the date, and like we go to a nice restaurant like in Beverly, and he orders like a couple bottles of wine. Like
Living.
we order like a bunch of food,
Yeah.
and then
I felt like I was on a date by association. I was like, I'm gonna eat that.
yeah, no, and like he like was really like touchy and like
Yeah.
flirty, and like just like it kept refilling my wine. It was like super sweet, and like opened the door for me, really gentlemanly. And then we're on the way home, and everyone's like, oh, let's like just play games and hang out, like, because we've been drinking, let's just like
Sure.
do something. So like the night's going fine. The guy who lives like in the building was like, oh, I'm just gonna like walk home.
Fair. Yeah.
And then this guy, like, the guy that like I'm on a date with kisses me and like things are going well.
Like kiss? Like, what kiss are we talking here?
Yeah, like things are getting like a little hot and heavy. We've been
Heavy.
drinking.
All right, I feel it.
And then he like stops and says he has a confession.
That moment.
Sensational.
And the confession is that he has a serious girlfriend. And but that they've been a little like on the rocks.
It's a lot of rocks.
Practically on an island at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just floating. He's
Just
they're just floating.
Just a floating piece of dirt. All right.
Floating.
And then he asked if I wanted to continue hooking up, but he just needed to like
He needs to get that out because for some reason that's like. Okay.
okay, not to be dramatic or anything, but I blocked him on Instagram.
Of course.
That is so not.
That's not that dramatic.
Honestly,
I was like, go
why-
hang out with your girlfriend.
why would
I don't
you
want to
do
hear
that?
any excuses.
And on his Instagram, there's not one photo of
this girlfriend. Yeah, but you did
a
not.
Why do you do
family
that?
member.
The cousin. I asked the
didn't
cousin.
even know.
I was
He
like,
had a
why
girlfriend.
where was the heads up? Like you weren't gonna like, and he was like, honestly, like
I had no idea.
I
Yeah,
thought
they're
him
probably-
asking you out like meant he was free,
Yeah.
like single.
Yeah, he's probably just entwined in that.
Wild times.
Whew, so that's one of the stories. 2 more to go.
That's bad date 1.
All right.
Oh my fucking god, she fucking dead.
Bad date 2.
Ding ding ding.
Also, I think I have a thing because this guy was a lawyer, that one, and this other guy, that the next story was also a lawyer.
Yeah.
So we had been talking for a long time, like flirting and like FaceTiming, and hadn't hung out
Where does he live?
in person in Newport.
Okay, so yeah.
And he's like a busy guy. He like was raised Mormon, like seemed really like respectful and sweet.
He knows my stepmom.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So super
From
cool.
Utah? Sorry.
So then I finally meet him. I was like driving through Orange County, so I like stopped by his house. He has like a beautiful house, lives like in Newport. Was super sweet, and we had a great night. We just talked about like politics and like life and like health, and then he like walked me to my car and like didn't even like try to do anything, like super sweet.
Very respectful.
And then like a few days later, he's like, I'm gonna be in Santa Monica. He's like partnered kind of with a company that was throwing an event, and he was like, you should come, and like if you want to bring Kaylin, you can, because I'd like been talking about Kaylin and like the whole like connection to the stepmom and stuff.
Sister wives.
So I was like, okay, cool. Santa Monica, like not a big deal as far. I was like really excited.
Got dressed up,
Things-
you're ready to go.
Went out and
Ooh.
bought a new dress.
You did?
Yeah.
Fuck.
New dress.
I love it.
Yeah, like got ready, made the trek to Santa Monica,
That is a
sat in
trek,
traffic
too.
for
Yeah.
like 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I get there, and like he hadn't invited just me, he had invited like 15 women. And it was like a big event, like networking, you know, thing.
It was.
And I was like, you know, it's just like a party, it's fine.
Yeah.
He was like still being really sweet, but then he like disappeared at one point, and when I found him, he was sitting on the couch with like a girl on his lap, and that
Standard, yeah.
end of the night.
Okay.
Oh, and then when he asked me why I left, and I told him that like I was just uncomfortable in that situation because he seemed to like
Yeah, for sure.
be feeling things with other people, and he told me I was out of my mind.
So that's number 2. Things are going really well in Devin's world at this point.
God.
So
Hitting with the third one.
the third one. This is another guy I had not met yet, but we had talked to for like quite some time, like been talking and FaceTiming, and we had a lot of mutual friends, so it like wasn't.
Was he also from out of town?
No, he lives in Santa Monica, but it's like we just
Out
were
of
on
town.
off schedules.
Out of town.
Out of
Basically.
town. Out of town.
He lives
Yeah.
in China. It's fine.
So he had told me, I didn't like know him a lot, but like we had a lot of mutual friends, and he told me that he like had gone to rehab like a year or 2 back and like was sober now, which like I mean
You know,
it's cool,
if
it's
you're honest
fine.
about that up front, it's a good.
Yeah, and he just like really, it was like a really casual thing, because I was just like drinking one night like on FaceTime, and I was like, oh, like you should have a glass of wine, and he was like, oh, and no, and like just told me this story. So anyways, we go to dinner finally, and he orders a glass of wine, and I like thought it was weird, but like I wasn't gonna say anything, because like maybe
Yeah.
I heard him wrong, like
Yeah.
maybe he
You're
only
not the-
drinks on
You're
occasion.
not the rehab police. Devin.
Yeah, maybe he like only doesn't drink hard alcohol. Maybe he only like doesn't do drugs.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
could be anything. But then he like continues drinking, and after his like 3rd glass of wine, he gets a whiskey. And then from there, he tells the waiter and the tables next to us that he's in love with me. Referring to me though as this woman.
I'm in love with this woman.
That's a solid move if you can't remember someone's name. It's like, take this woman.
This woman is
And then
not
when I
honest.
asked him to like calm down and like stop yelling and like because people were looking, he like got very emotional and asked why I didn't like him. I haven't heard from him. I like left and like no, there's no like.
Those are just three awful situations.
There's no like, oh sorry about that or like
I mean, who knows if he's even okay.
Where do you go? Huh.
That was the worst thing I have
I
ever.
knew if I timed
seen.
the question perfectly.
God, you could. Wow. Was that convincing though?
Oh,
No.
I didn't know until I asked that question.
You
Damn
didn't know?
it.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's good, but that's good. He didn't know until he asked the
I
question.
didn't. I thought all of them could have been true. I thought you were gonna like go.
right? How bad are these days?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones that, the fact that the other two were true.
That was
is
so the guy
wild.
that had a serious girlfriend was last night.
Wait, Blake, stop!
Really got to my heart.
Too high. Jesus Christ.
I'm sweating. Okay, we nailed it.
That's perfect. You got it. We nailed it.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming.
No worries. Always a pleasure to be here.